The shuttle doors opened with a slow exhale of steam and silence. Aaron had never felt gravity like this before. Born on the Calypso vessels, generation ships that spun like slow wheels through the dark between stars, Aaron had known only artificial gravity, a careful simulation, not this weight. They took one step onto the landing pad and nearly collapsed. Their legs wobbled, boots digging into real dirt instead of carbon steel.
"Welcome to Earth,"
said a voice nearby, belonging to a customs officer with kind eyes and suntanned skin.
"You okay?"
Aaron nodded, barely.
"Feels heavier than the ship, doesn't it?"
Everything does.
Aaron murmured. Later that night, Aaron stood in a borrowed jacket outside the small host home, staring up at the sky. They expected stars, maybe the arm of a nebula, something familiar. But Earth's sky was cluttered. Clouds, moonlight, satellites blinking like confused insects. The air felt too alive, buzzing, chirping, humming with creatures they'd only read about in study modules.
"You're staring like it's a museum," cried,
said a voice behind them. Aaron turned. A girl leaned against the porch railing, arms crossed. Tall, dark curls in her face, old band patches on her jacket.
"I'm Ray,"
she added.
"You're the Sky Kid?"
Aaron blinked.
I guess I am.
Ray shrugged.
"Cool."
They sat in silence for a while, Ray picking at the strings of a beat-up guitar, Aaron sitting awkwardly on a patio chair, hands clasped.
I thought it would feel like coming home,
Aaron finally said.
but it's more like falling down.
Ray stopped playing.
"First time I heard that space was silent, I freaked out.
She said.
I always thought stars made sound. You know, like music."
They do,
Aaron said, smiling faintly.
but not in a way you can hear unless you're listening for light.
Ray nodded slowly.
"Figures. Even out there, things are trying to talk, and we're not hearing them."
The next few days, they met often. Ray showing Aaron how to skip stones across the lake, how to eat noodles without burning their tongue, how to let the sun warm your face instead of hiding from it. In return, Aaron told stories of solar flares that painted windows red, of drifting between systems so quiet the ship's breath felt like thunder, of birthdays celebrated with zero gravity, fruit and recycled air. One night, Ray asked,
"Do you miss it?"
Aaron looked up.
It's not that I miss space, it's that it doesn't miss me back.
On their final night before reassignment, Aaron stood with Ray beneath a sky smeared in purple dusk.
"Back to the stars?"
she asked.
Not yet. I asked to stay a bit longer. There's more to learn. Down here.
Ray raised an eyebrow.
"You sure you won't float away on me?"
Aaron smiled, the kind of smile that still felt strange on Earth.
Only if you come visit. Bring that guitar. We'll play for the stars. See if they remember your voice.
She laughed.
"Deal."
Weeks later, Aaron sat beneath a tree, a real tree, not a hydroponic construct, writing a letter to the Calypso. The paper felt heavy. So did their chest. But the words came.
I thought I belonged out there because I was born among stars. But I've learned you can grow roots even if you started in orbit. And maybe belonging isn't a place. It's a person, or a guitar chord, or the warmth of sunlight on your face for the very first time.
They folded the letter, placed it in the outgoing courier, then walked down to the lake. Ray was already there, skipping stones across a water that didn't care where anyone came from, only how far they could go.